welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and this week we're going to get started on trying to draw characters. So, we're going to start with the basic forms of just using stick figures, man. Um, Honestly, it's the best way to start. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to build a skeletal structure, and then just kind of draw characters in action and things like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start up here towards the top. We're just going to start with the head for our stick figure. Again, you can sketch these lightly. I'm going to draw a little darker so you can see it. Okay. So I'm going to start with my head, and then I'm going to get my what's called a line of action. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down with the neck and just curve it through this way. Okay, now my shoulder directions and my hip directions are going to go towards each other with the way they're bending. So I'm going to come right off the neck here, down at an angle. Okay, and you want to keep about a head's distance from your shoulders, so you should be able to fit another head in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a circle from my shoulders. And again, we're just kind of drawing with stick figures to kind of get the motion of drawing people down. Then we'll show you how to do the actual anatomy next week. But we're going to put in this shape. It's kind of like a triangle almost for our hips down here at the bottom, and see how they're facing towards almost the same direction, so they kind of bend the opposite way. The next thing I want to do is build this what's called like a coat hanger shape. Okay, so that'll take care of your neck, clavicle region in there, and then we can go ahead and draw this shape for our body. Okay, and then just kind of curve in on both sides, getting that shape down. Okay, and then I'm going to extend out my arms. I'm going to put a little circle for the elbow out here. Bring the other hand out and just make this little box shape for a fist. Okay, now I'm going to come off my shoulder here and put in an elbow shape there, and my forearm coming back this way. So basically what you can do is just go online and look up like action poses and just find people doing different actions, and you can draw their stick figure kind of outline for that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my leg coming off this way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put a circle in there for the knee and have it bent back this way and come out to my foot, and we can just make a little box shape for the foot that way. Okay, and then I'm going to come out and put another circle in here for that leg, stretch another one out, and draw in a box shape for that foot. Now if you wanted to, we can come in here and close off a lot of this with just basic cylinder shapes. And obviously some things are going to look off just from practice. Okay, we could go in and refine all that stuff, but we're not really looking for that today. Okay, we're just trying to get down the basic form of everything. So if it doesn't look right, it's okay. At least you're learning how to position everything. Okay, so that's just one. So we're going to come in and do another one. So I'm going to put in another head right here. And remember, at any point you can pause the video. Okay, now our person's going to be kind of like super bent over, so I'm going to run his back line off of here and make this triangle shape. So we're kind of doing our coat hanger but upside down. I'm going to put the shoulders on each end of that. Okay, so again, just look at your references and try to pose them and build out those shapes. So I'm going to come in and do his chest down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring down that center area, and we can kind of just round that off like that. And we're going to do that kind of underwear shape, for lack of a better term. Okay, then I can bring my leg out like this and put a little circle for the knee. Okay, I'm going to make the other leg go down towards the ground. Draw another knee in there. Okay, and now I can draw my arm going back. Put an elbow. And draw another arm going back. Put another elbow in there. Alright, now I can draw a little bit shorter of a line coming back, and that'll be my hand. I can draw another tiny one, and it's okay if you draw over your other stuff. These are just sketches. I'm going to put another hand back there. So now I can draw in my almost like cylinder shapes going back on both arms. Okay, I'm gonna hyperextend this leg out and attach a foot. Since this knee is down, bring it out some more. I can bring this other part back. Alright, then I can build in those shapes there. Come down here and do my calf and shin. Come over here to this side. And just fill in what I see over here. Okay? So that's our second person. Let's go ahead and add in another one. Let's go ahead and sketch ourselves another head. Okay, I'm going to make my line of action here, kind of get that bend in the spine, and I can run. I'm going to start with my coat hanger shape here. Okay, and then I'm going to run my shoulder off the edge of that, so I'm going to have it come out just a little here and a little over here. Now let's go ahead and build up the chest shape. Okay, I can come down and across, and then I can get that underwear shape in there. Again, we're not looking for 100%, shape correct. We're looking more of the posing so that we can work on the anatomy in a different video. Okay, so I'm going to bring this out here that way for the thigh, and then I'm going to come this way for the other one. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that kneecap on both of them. Okay, I'm going to bring that shin down this way and go ahead and make this foot shape. Then I'm going to come this way and make my my other foot shape. Since this one's facing towards me, I can kind of just put in this triangular shape here. Alright, now I'm going to put in a little circle for the shoulder here and one here. Okay, I'm going to come back with my arm, put a circle for my elbow, and I'm going to bring it right back down towards my face and put in a hand so I can add my cylinder shapes there. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Alright, and then I'm going to take my arm and come down, make it elbow, turn the arm a little bit, just like that. Let's go ahead and make our cylinder shapes. Okay, so if you ever have an issue thinking of like ways to pose your characters, it's a good way to practice. Like I said, it won't be 100% anatomically correct, but at least you can have it set up and we can go in and refine things later. Okay, so I'm going to come up, make my calf shape. I'm going to come down here and make another. Okay, so we got 3 different poses here. Let's go ahead and do another. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's come down here and we're going to make a head down here. Okay, now I'm going to really take my line of action and turn and go out. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is our arms are going to be really close to our head, so I'm just going to start with my shoulder right here, and I'm going to extend my arm down and make an elbow. Extend my arm down one more time and make a little hand. Okay, now I can take my line of action here. I can come down, and then I can go back and make this shape here, and then just round that back up towards the shoulder so I can make the chest there, curve down. Okay, then I'm going to kind of make this rounded shape for the bottom. Okay, now I can take one side of the bottom and I can bend it back, make a kneecap, and take another line back. Okay, I can put a foot right there. I can take my other line. Well, let's go ahead and let's just make the shape for the thigh. So we'll just go ahead and put in these rounded shapes here. And then I can just draw the other shape of the leg. I can make another line for the next kneecap and stretch out here. Make another foot. So as you can see, we're kind of making a person doing a handstand. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in my shape here and here. Okay, I'm going to draw the other arm coming out and then have it bend back this way. Make another square. So you can do all kinds of stuff with this. Like I said, just look up action poses and go ahead and start another one. Just look up action poses, look at those pictures, and just break them down by skeletal structure or at least by shape. Okay, so a person's going to be reaching forward, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the shoulder close to the head right here and arch the back. And then I'm going to bring out the other side and just kind of curve that way. Now since our hand's going to be closer, I'm going to make it bigger right here. Then I can draw my line back and make an elbow and draw my line up, so now I can round here the bicep and make my shape here for the arm. Right, I can bring the chest in like that, make another circle for that shoulder, and bring an arm back and make an elbow. And we can at least see this bicep. Now the way our arm is going to be turned here, we're going to have a tiny little circle into the hand here. Okay, now I can take the bottom region, since we can't see much of it, make that underwear shape there. Okay, now I'm going to really bring this thigh leg out. We're going to make it bigger because it's closer to us. So I'm going to round that shape back like that. And since we can't see much of the leg, I'm going to go ahead and put the foot shape in here. Okay, and then all we have to do is stretch back that calf muscle. And it looked like he's kind of sprinting towards us a little bit. Okay, and we're going to do one more. So this time we're going to do somebody who's turned away from us again. So we're going to go ahead and put in a circle. Alright, I'm going to do my line of action. I'm going to have it come down and back, put a little arch in them. Okay, so I'm going to start with my shoulders right next to the head again. Okay, then I'm going to come off and make our chest and body shape here. So we're just going to put a huge bend in the back. See, I left that line there. That's okay. It's just a sketch anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Okay, so I'm going to come out and make my bottom shape. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stretch a leg out this way. Put a little circle so I know where my kneecap is. And then continue to stretch it down. And put a foot in here. Then I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to extend out. Make a circle. Come down. And make a foot here. So let's go ahead and add in our shape for our thighs. We'll go ahead and do our calf. Let's switch to the other leg and do the same thing. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to stretch my arm up. Circle for the elbow. Turn this way. Put a hand shape in. Okay. Let's take the other arm. Run it right off the head. Put a little circle for the elbow shape, and we can extend up just a little bit farther. So let's go ahead and put in our cylinder shape. And let's go ahead and do that. And we have ourselves a good 6 poses that we worked on today. Just kind of drawing with stick figures / skeletal structure shapes. Okay, so what I want you to do for homework is, like I said, look up action poses. Okay, look up action poses of real people and try to draw them the way I showed you, with a skeletal structure, and then break down the shapes. Okay, that way you can get used to building up and get quicker at it too. So go ahead and see how many you can do before the next video, and then we'll start looking into refining these shapes and characters before we move on to the advance of creating a full character. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I know it seems silly and trivial, but trust me, if you practice it, you'll get better at it. Okay, so I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.